Okay guys, so today I'm going to actually do a quick little video on the topic of fat shaming. The reason I bring this up is I actually had a little bit of an experience today in the gym with not myself but somebody else being shamed because of their size. Now, you guys and girls know I used to be quite a big person, for around 10-15 years I was either morbidly obese or obese, so I was quite a large guy, and of course I experienced the same kind of things. But let's call it what it actually is. Fat shaming is another form of bullying, and I confronted the guy who was actually fat shaming the individual who's obviously he's in the gym, he's trying to train. And I was like, part of me was tempted to grab the 10 kilo weight and fling it at his head, but I held back and I asked, what are you doing? Why are you doing this, etc. Try to find out what the either trigger was or the reasoning behind it. And according to Mr. Douchey, we'll call him Mr. Douchebag, he was saying he was trying to keep him motivated, this individual, or trying to trigger them. Now, that got me thinking. A lot of people have different opinions, but this is my 50 cents on it, or whatever you want to call it. So does fat shaming work? So first of all, we know what it is. It's another form of bullying. A lot of people will use it in a way to kind of make themselves feel better, and it's usually the insecure lot as well. Now, does it work? It depends on the individual, I think, a little bit, because some people can use negativity thrown at them in a positive, aggressive way, but not many people can. That's the thing. Even with me, I would struggle with it if I was getting constantly bombarded with it like I did in the past, but I was able to kind of feed off it, especially when it came to the later stages of my training. When your calories are low and you're going for that very low body fat, you kind of feed off some of the aggression that you have built up. But somebody who's starting off, they're not going to have that kind of resilience, and it can lead to a lot of problems. We're talking about stuff like full-on depression, full-on it will kind of it will enhance that eating disorder, because they're getting all this negativity, and the person giving the negativity is thinking, I'm actually helping here, or get off your fat ass, go and do something about it, where in fact they're making that person feel like shit, and that person will fall back on habits that they've developed to deal with that. And usually those coping mechanisms are around food, just like as it was with me as well. So no, I actually don't think it would work. It's just another form of bullying as well. And with people who already have quite low self-esteem, they need to be built rather than being broken down. And yes, a decent person wouldn't go around kind of like bullying somebody like this. But I don't know, I honestly believe it's just these douchebags who are thinking they're doing something good while making themselves feel bigger by belittling little or people who are just starting out. So how do you deal with it? Now, with me personally, when I was getting all this fat shaming, it was a mixture from my relatives to my not my direct friend groups, because I used to hang around with my fellow nerds and geeks, and we weren't really judgmental. But my colleagues and people around would always give those kind of snidey comments. And with me personally, I kind of used it as fuel for rage. My initial trigger was, when I visited the doctors and I was kind of told, this is a serious condition you got here. At my biggest, I was around 155 kilos. And, well, I say 155 kilos, the scales at the doctors, he said the maximum was 155 kilos. My actual weigh-in was error. I laugh about it now, but at the time it was not funny. And to push me through some of those difficult times, sometimes when I started doubting myself, going through these transformation, sometimes you got to feel on some of that rage and that positive aggression. But again, it took me a while before I was able to establish that kind of mindset. So in the early stages, it probably kept me from doing anything a lot longer than it should have. So my thoughts on it is, no, it actually doesn't work. There's different ways of triggering people. I'd say for somebody who's starting out new, it's positivity is what's going to really get them motivated, get them moving, and kind of what you want is, rather than having to push someone, have them be drawn to something. So when it comes to fat shaming, it's the complete opposite. It's more kind of like, do something about it. And you also got to take into account people have their own reasons for being in their condition. Of course, recently there's a big topic of talking about mental health And yes, a lot of people who are dangerously overweight do have mental health issues, and you know, adding that bullshit on top of it is just not right, is it? So yeah, my thoughts on it is, you know, cut it out. It doesn't work. If you really, really want to help someone, just actually, you know, give them a bit of positivity, give them a bit of encouragement, and that will go, you know, way further than telling them to, you know, you're fat, stop eating. You know, you don't know their situation, you don't know what they've gone through, and you know, if you want to find out, actually speak to them like a human being. That's one thing we kind of society can have the habit of painting people in one color. So all fat people must be lazy, all fat people must be you know, just eating too much. And in the case, sometimes, yeah, maybe the calorie intake is a little bit larger, as mine was as well, but I had a lot of issues I was dealing with on the side as well. And the same thing goes for these guys and girls out there who are maybe just be starting a transformation, or maybe at the point where they're realizing they need to do something about it. So yeah, that's my quick little thought on it. I thought I'd put a video up because honestly, I think it's still out of order. It still happens now. It can happen quite a bit online as well. And I think that does come a little bit from the online territory. Just being faceless seems to bring out the worst in people. But when it's face to face, I think, you know, that can hit a little bit more. But don't worry, the person you know, who was getting fat shamed, after I gave a good a mouthful to the douchey, Mr. Douchey, I obviously did speak with the he's a lot younger, the kid as well, and kind of give him some sort of advice, and you know, trying to build up his self-esteem so that he can then push forward and slowly build up his own momentum, innit? So anyhow, guys, that's a quick little video, and as always, you know, do give us a thanks, or give us a thumbs up, and if you are interested in nerdy and fitness topics, you know, do subscribe. I am now getting on top of putting a lot more videos up. Last year we didn't have so many just because we had the website up and still going through its changes, so we'll get on top of that. So for now, keep training hard, eat smart, and I'll catch you guys and girls in a bit. Peace. Yeah.